What's going on, people? It's your boy John. How's it going? How is it going? I hope all is well. I have been missing for a few days, as you can tell. I haven't been at the forest, so I haven't been able to do my weekly videos, but I'm back, you know. And here's the thing, I don't like making videos when I don't have a particular lesson to share, or some particular gems or wisdom or whatever I want to talk about. I want to know I want to know an idea at least before I start making the video. I don't have one of those today, but I've got something in the back of my mind which is running, so it probably will come out eventually as I talk. But I'm going to start off real simple here. I'm not a person who likes to have routine, okay? I don't like regimentation, you know, this time I do this, at this hour I do that. I don't like planning for the future. I really do like doing things really spontaneously. I feel at my best self when I'm just doing shit in a flow state, when I'm just going out and doing stuff. A lot of it relies on positive energy. And if I had to give you just a quick little snippet of what that looks like, of at least what it feels like I'm on stairs and I'm just going up, and it's an upward spiral, and everything's just getting better and better and better. And I usually reach the peak of this betterness, this state of well-being, this positive momentum. I usually reach the peak of it at the end of the day, like just before I'm about to get into bed. I'm feeling my best. I feel content. I feel happy with myself. I feel happy of what I did today, and there's just a feeling of well-being, and I feel good. And you see, these days, when this positive momentum is built up, it's down to a lot of factors. It's down to a lot of things that are happening. And Elisha Long made a really good point in one of his videos that I watched yesterday, which was he started writing them down, his good days. He started writing down, what did he do on these days? What did he do? What factors were in play to creating a good day? And he said it's all down to high testosterone. If you've got high testosterone, if your testosterone levels are high, then you're naturally going to feel more content. You're going to feel more calmer and more at peace. But you're going to have this virility and this aggression to your being as well. It's quite a bit of a counterintuitive point there, but it's true. It really is. You've got this solid foundational integrity feeling in you. It's like I'm on solid ground. No one can blow me away. And if they do, then I'm going to challenge them back. I'm going to fight back. So high testosterone. How is that cultivated? Well, you don't jerk off. That's number one, really. I think that's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Don't fucking jerk off. If you jerk off, you're wasting your testosterone. Your body ain't synthesizing any of the leftover androgen receptors. They're not being used to be utilized by testosterone, right? They're not being used, okay? And there's studies of this. Go and fucking use your own initiative and search them up if you're interested. If you know about this, if you want to know, if you're deep. I don't want to speak to people who don't give a shit about this practice, or don't want to self-develop, or make themselves into a better version of who they are, right? I mean, I'm talking to everyone, and everyone's free to watch. But this channel and the messages are really designed for a specific niche, yeah? Young men who don't know what the fuck to do, man. I don't know what to do, bro. I'm lost. But there's a great idea to this, of being young, but also being in self-development, and being a stoic, and learning how to cultivate these certain traits that are going to serve you for the rest of your life, dude. For the rest of your life. You ain't going to live a passive, mediocre, regretful, or regret-lived life. You're not going to live one of these. You're going to live a life where you're living fully every day. Okay, even a day where nothing's really happening, where it's pretty mellow. Okay, and on most days I'm pretty damn mellow. I rely a lot on my own internal intuition and internal feeling to get me through the day, to get shit done, because a lot of it is pretty mundane. It's routine at this point, the day. Waking up, cold showers, meditation, this is all routine. This is all normal. This is all, it's very easy to get out of this routine. But the reason I was mentioning routines is because adding just a little bit of structure to your life, having a few set goals for a day, having a time to wake up at, having a time to eat food at, alright, just having some structure, not a regimented, disciplined, hour by hour day, okay? Yes, if you wanted to increase your productivity, sure, do that. But I'm talking about people who are quite spontaneous in the way they do things, and they can't really sit down and really do things in that manner, in that disciplined manner. But when you give these people some structure, at least they do the tasks that they need to do, because if they don't do those tasks, their whole life will fall away. And I can attest to this fully 100%. Yes, I'm a person who likes doing things in the moment, and I like being in that flow state, but that flow state is created by something. And do you know what it's created by? It's created by just a tiny little structure, tiny little thing. And it's just waking up and going to sleep at the right fucking time. That's it. It's just simple. Going to sleep and waking up at the right time. Because what that's doing is it's regulating your hormones. Your body and your brain and your mind and your soul is able to sleep, recharge, synthesize what you've learned in that day, and really come up with a new plan for the day after. Okay, so you wake up full of energy, full of enthusiasm, full of inspiration, and high thumos, as Elisha Long says all the time, man. But I love the term, right? High thumos. What does that mean? Fire in the motherfucking belly, dude. That's what it is. It's fire in the belly. And that's ultimately what it means to be a man. It's what we've got, man. It's all we have, okay? This fire in our belly, this need and desire to want to be greater than what we are. We could be the greatest already. We could be the greatest already. You wouldn't even know. Well, you would, you yourself, right? But this desire, this need to want to be better than what we are, to conquer, to really use this high thumos energy, to just get out there. You listen to some grand music, some of Hans Zimmer, or the Valkyrie one. Who's that by? Mr. Wagner. That's it. You listen to these operas, these massive, gigantic, sort of feeling-invoking songs and music. And of course, having goals, having an ultimate goal or a vision for your life. Mine changes pretty much every day, but there is one. There's one, okay? And the one that doesn't change is the man that I want to be. The man that I'm creating, okay? The man that I've always had in my head, in my mind, that's a man. That's a man, like, undeniable. This guy's a man, he's a man, it's undeniable, okay? Why do I want that? Why is that such a burning desire to become that man? Well, because in that man, others look to safety to this man. The man that I've got in my mind. This stoic, calm, gentle giant. Gentle, strong giant, if anything. Okay, he doesn't fucking shout. He doesn't need to tell people off. He just talks to them. He has eye contact. He's got presence. He has poise. Why is this man such an addiction to my head? I'm not gay, don't worry. It's more like other people find safety in this man because they see reliability, they see usefulness, they see strength, they see leadership and kingship in this man. Men feel safe around this man. They want to be his friend. They want to be his comrade. They want to be his mate. Women, they find safety in this man. They want him to be daddy, right? They want him to be Mr. Horshaw. They want him to be their man, yeah? This is masculinity. And why do I want that? Well, because I find safety in this man. I find safety in this man. When I'm that man, I feel content with my abilities to look after myself. I feel content with who I am. I don't have any anxiety as to how things are going to go. I don't need to worry about things I can't control, or things in the future, or what he's doing or what she's doing. I don't need to worry about what anything's going on other than my own shit. And when shit hits the fan, when shit goes bad, if I'm challenged or I'm provoked or I'm in a conflict situation, I'm content with my response. I'm content with my ability to respond in the situation as it demands, rather than what I think I should do 20 years earlier or 20 years after. You get what I mean? I find safety and security in the ideal, in the Stoic ideal, in the Socratic ideal, in the King ideal. I'm making up all these words, apart from the first two, they're real words. But this is what we're doing, this is what I'm doing, okay? Because we're bringing this man out, man, and this man is in all of us. Do you know what we call him? We call him the King archetype. We call him the King within, and it's something that is within every man. Every man should be saluted, because this man is inside of him, burning to get out. Every man has a burning desire to want to become this man. And they watch movies, they watch superhero movies to go and find this man. They're like, where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's in the film. He's Captain America. Wow, look at him. He's Superman. Wow, look at him. He's Batman. Wow, look at him. What's some other examples? James Bond, right? Oh, this is James Bond. There he is again, man. People are looking for this man everywhere. Men are looking for this man, and women are looking for this man. Women fantasize about him, and men dream about him. If there's a difference, right? But we both want to be him. Well, women don't want to be him. But men, we want to be this guy. So how did you become this man? How did you do it? Well, I've got an answer for you. Sheer, hard, motherfucking determination, and that's it. You know who he is, you know how he acts, now you got to just do it. Now you just got to be him. Okay, and to sum up this man in 4 words, I'm going to rip it off right out of the Stoic cardinal virtues, which are wisdom, which are justice, which are moderation. And I always look at the last one. Always. Oh, courage, that's it. Okay, this is ultimately what this man is. These 4 cardinal virtues. You don't need to know anything about anything else. Other than that, just focus on your mind, focus on your soul, and making sure that you never compromise your integrity in the sense of wanting things that you don't have. Desiring and having something that you're working towards is brilliant. But if you're outcome dependent on this thing, if you want this thing and you don't have it and you feel bitterness instead of inspiration, you're doing something wrong. You've compromised your integrity. Look within and find out what you've done, because you've made a bad decision up there. You followed the wrong train of thought. You've picked up a thought and you've gone down that, and you've chosen to focus on this thought. Don't do that. Anytime you've compromised your integrity, you've looked outside of yourself to complete yourself. You can't do that. Have a goal. Have a goal that you're working towards, a vision, an outcome. But don't be dependent on this outcome. Just understand that this outcome is a natural fruition of what you're doing. It's a natural end. It will happen when it happens. But it will happen because you're doing the right things, right? You're doing the particular habits and activities and behaviors. You're creating the man from within rather than without. Okay? That's fucking more powerful than anything, because if you've got your fundamental character, if you've got your internal faculties sorted out, when you go out into the world and you now try and develop your outer faculties, which are getting a house, apartment, having a stable source of income, okay, earning enough money to feed yourself, I guarantee you most of you don't live by yourself. You don't live, at least, in your own place. So that's a goal to work towards. If you're trying to get fit, if you're trying to get a good body, why are you doing that? You know, don't be ashamed. The same with NoFap. Don't be ashamed if it's for women. Don't be ashamed. There's so many men who are shitting on men for doing these practices for women. Listen, don't do it for, I mean, you're going to do it for women. You're going to do it. If you want women, you're going to do it for women. I can't stop you from doing that. What I can tell you is, don't be upset for having women as some visionary goal, because women have always been the muse of men. They've always been the inspiration for men. Always. Since the dawn of time. Since the dawn of time, women have been something that we've wanted to protect and to look after, and then ultimately to be with, right? It's always been. She's the reminder of our mother. To come from a psychological and spiritual point of view, she represents womanhood, represent the divine feminine, which is our mother. Regardless of whether you had a good mother or not, the point is the nature, the spirit, the archetype is still there, and we want that. Okay, we want to be with that, we want to connect with that. So there's nothing wrong if you're a young 22-year-old male and you haven't had certain experiences, and you know, you're like, I want to be the best version of myself, and I want women. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. But eventually down the line, as you become more and more of this man, you're going to realize that, okay, maybe I was pedestalizing that experience a bit too much. Maybe I was pedestalizing women just a little bit too much. Maybe I was looking at them to solve my problems just a tiny bit too much. You know, because it's okay to want something. It's like a pizza. It's okay to want a pizza on a Friday. But if the pizza shop's closed, or it's not available, or they don't have your flavour, or, you know, it's just too expensive, you're like, okay, well, I'll get a substitute. Okay, or I'll just go without today. I'll just get something else, or I'll eat something else that I want. No, I won't get the pizza. It's okay to want the pizza. It's okay to have a cheat day. But it's not okay to be upset when you don't have the pizza. If that makes any sense. It's not okay to be crying and make all these rationalizations as to why this hasn't happened. Okay, because that, you're trying to compensate for something. And it's up to you to whether or not to investigate what you're trying to compensate for. What are you trying to compensate for? What are you trying to fix? What are you trying to solve? What do you think this woman ideal is going to do for you? Because chances are she ain't going to fulfill that for too long. Yeah? I ain't going to say don't do the experience. Absolutely not. You're a human being. Go out into the world. Go meet people. Go and explore and enjoy. Okay? Cultivate relationships. But I think a maxim should be, a maxim for life, in my opinion. I'm trying to just get the words for it. But a maxim for life is simply be kind, be courageous, be just, be disciplined, and that's it, man. People will naturally flock to you. I mean, on this NoFap journey, I'm not going to give credit all to NoFap. I'm going to give credit, a lot of it, to myself for cultivating these traits at the same time, because these traits don't just naturally come. It's like, again, going to the gym. You know, a newbie will push the bench, but he won't really know what muscles are being worked. He'll do the squat, he won't really know what muscles are being worked again, he won't know that the quads are being worked. He'll do the overhead press, he's not really sure what that's working. So the muscles that are working, these exercises, are still working, and they're still being built, but he's not really aware of them. You know, he's just going through the motions, and that's kind of what NoFap is. It builds the man's character from the beginning, from the foundation, but he's not really aware of it. He's like, I'm doing NoFap, it's doing something, I don't know what it's doing. Oh, I feel a bit energetic, sure, I feel a bit confident, cool. I feel a bit more strong in the gym, excellent, but I don't really know what else it's doing, you know. I don't know. It's like, A lot of people are like, does this have benefits? I've gone 30 days, is this working? NoFap doesn't work for me, I'm gone. Hey, you feel free to do what you want, I ain't gonna force you. But it's a bit like the gym. You ain't gonna see the gains at first, because it's a slow process, and you won't even be aware of the gains that you're gaining, because you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you don't know what you're actually doing when you're on the practice. You don't know what is working. In the meantime, you're getting a hell of a lot more confident. Not only that, your posture has probably gone better. You're standing up straighter, you're speaking more strongly, if that's a word. You've got more presence around you, you've got stronger eye contact, and you're not even aware of these things. You're not aware of it. Unless you look, if you get a video camera and you look at yourself from the outset. But you're not actually aware of these things unless you really, really, take a look. So you're naturally doing this. You've naturally become more sociable. You've naturally become more happy, feeling more content with life, feeling more happy and joyful in life. For the first time in my life was I actually joyful for being alive. I mean, that's a benefit. Okay, I'm gonna say that's a benefit, even if it's a natural benefit that I should have since the day I was born. I'm happy to have gained it now, because at least I have it. At least I've experienced that now. Now I can die and say, hey, at least I enjoyed life a little bit. At least it was a little bit fun. But you don't know about these gains. You don't know about the progress that you're making. Stick with the practice. Just like the gym, you stick through the newbie gains. And of course, when you start to see the newbie games, you get addicted. You get addicted to the gym. You get iron syndrome. You're like, I need to go to the gym every day, man. If I've made this much progress, I need to just keep going, keep developing, keep growing. Keep breaking down the barriers, man. Keep smashing that muscle. Just tax it every day. And I like the feeling, and I like the aggression, and I like the energy. I like the testosterone boost. I just love all lifting weights. And then, of course, after a year, your newbie gains go, and now you're left with, like, okay, what do I do now? But the point is, you still continue in that phase, aren't you? When you're an intermediate advanced lifter, you have to still continue. You just have to find new and more creative ways to tax that muscle now, because it's pretty strong and it's gotten pretty used to you lifting. So the same as with NoFap, man. The same as with NoFap is that there are no tangible you know, physical benefits that I can speak of, like you're gonna grow hair and you're gonna do this and that, but the benefits are all mental and spiritual. Okay, inner peace, a stronger sense of self, an identity that is cultivated in a higher self, not a lower self. You've got values, you've got principles, you have ideals, you've got a hard work ethic. You're not concerned with the opinion of other people anymore. You're not a bitch. You're not anxious every single day. You're perfectly fine with conflict. You're perfectly fine with people challenging you. If anything, you like the challenge because it increases your virility. Conflict is like, ah, yes, you called me, man. Adversity, I love it. It's a bit of fun in the day now. Adversity and conflict, whereas before you were always running away from these things because you were just a bitch. Now it's like, I want conflict a little bit. I want a little bit of fun in a day because it's pretty boring. Pretty boring if everyone's just happy dolly every day. I want things to be shaken up a bit. I want a bit of an argument. I want a bit of this. Obviously, not for stupid reasons, but you know what I mean. You've got this new character, this new edge to you, and this boldness and this courage and this confidence is what I can tell you is what you're developing, because you're developing the character of the man. Other people, man, will feel this. Other people will tell you about it as well if you ask them. First impressions, they won't know any different. They'll see you, they'll just see a confident, strong guy. That's it. They'll see a guy who's very respectful, very masculine, very assertive, and that's it. They're not going to really say anything more than that. That's just who you are to them. But they don't know that you weren't always like that. So people that you used to know, they will say things like, damn, you've changed a lot. Damn, you've really changed, man. I don't know what you did, but you've changed. People you knew will tell you this. And people who you knew, some of them won't like the new you. Some of them will look at you and be like, I don't like this guy. You're pretending to be someone you're not. And the funny thing is that's just what they say, because that's what they think about anything. When they think about progress or getting better at life or getting better at anything, to them, that's too much effort. That's got to just be you pretending. And these people are the filth that naturally take themselves out. They're the garbage that naturally takes itself out and puts itself in the right slot and goes off to the what do you call it, the wasteland. They just go by themselves, and that's cool because it's a self-driving wasteland. That doesn't make sense. It's a self-driving rubbish. It's self-driving rubbish going to the landfill. There you go, I said it right. Bloody hell, that took ages. But that's what it is. It's nature just removing the filth from your life. Let it remove itself. Don't hold attachments to people who don't like you. If they don't like you, why waste your time with them? If they don't like you, why are you making an effort to get them to like you? Why do you even care if they don't like you? I mean, fair enough, if you like them, you might be a bit upset at first, but now it's like, okay, well, it is what it is. They don't like me. So why am I going to waste my time with them anymore? Why am I going to waste my time convincing them that they should like me? What a waste of time. Why don't I just go find someone who likes me? I could go across the street and have a conversation with anyone, and I can guarantee you, I'll approach 10 or 15 people, at least one of them's going to sit down and have a conversation with me. Of course, in reality, a lot more will. A lot more people are polite, but I'm saying, the point is, why care about people who don't really care about you? Yeah, something to ask yourself, a little question to go within. But anyway, that's going to be it. 23 minutes. If you sat through this, okay, if you sat through 23 minutes, or stood through, congratulations, you've done a very good job. My videos are always long, but yeah, I do appreciate it if you've gone this far. If you haven't, that's okay as well. I hope you got what you needed from the video, or you didn't. It doesn't matter, it is what it is, right? I respect you either way. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. It was an interesting one for me. Remember, the man that we're creating never dies, which means every single day is a day of work. Even if it's a mellow day, even if it's a day where nothing's happening, your practices, your routine, your structure, okay, is to create a kingdom, is to create, or to maintain a kingdom at this point. Now you've already got the kingdom, you've already conquered the beast, now it's to maintain the motherfucking kingdom. And this is where the hard work comes in, because it's only when you've got something good is when the challenge comes, when other people want it, and now you have to fight. You have to fight to protect that bitch. So you better be fighting, man. You better be fighting every day, because there are people, there are forces, there are things in this world and in this universe that want to take that away from you. Okay, and most of those things are going to come right from yourself. I'm not going to tell you who that is, but I think you already know who that is. His name begins with a D, and he used to be called Lucifer. Anyway, that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.